Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Ahmaduhu wa asta'inuhu wa astadihi wa astaghfiruhu wa uminu bihi jalla wa ala wa la akfuruhu wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. Just in brief, we wanted to touch on over a few things. Now, we have scheduled, I guess it'll be this Sunday coming up, the program related to Brother Tufayl Strategic Command Center. Brother Tufayl Strategic Command Center. Do you know, like sometimes they have the presidential library, they have certain other institutions at this university, that university named after a specific person?
Yeah.
Well, not that we follow on everybody else, but we have to begin to explain and tell the story of our history, of our own culture. And if you notice, the Islamic, I put it this way, either the leaders here in America don't understand what's going on amongst the Muslims, or they're too afraid to talk about it. We'll watch later on the program that we did a day or so ago about the election. And we didn't have time to really go into the election and what we thought about it, but we mentioned a few things. And then the responders, the other brothers, got to talking about voting and this and that. And I didn't say y'all are crazy. I didn't say none of that. Because, see, everybody have a right to do what they have to do. But I also mentioned to them that, okay, we had, when we attended all these black nationalists of black liberation, they weren't black, Black Lives Matter, you know, stuff. Okay, when we looked at it, we said, this stuff here is a farce, it's theater. And that was our opinion, that it was total theatrics.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it looked like,
Yeah.
and when we got to dealing in the last few days, they acted it out. So much so that when we was out there and we told them, yeah, this is theater, now go and do what you're going to do. And the big old white boy is talking about, yeah, here I am. I said, see, I told you. Then when the other Negro threw a bottle into the police to give them the reason to come and grab him, I said, see, that's theater. They stopped.
Yeah.
They stopped because it's embarrassing to have a narrator tell them, now look, that's what they're doing. And the people are listening to us saying on the video, this is exactly what they're doing. And that is what they was doing. So I told them yesterday, on that day before yesterday, I told them the elections in America, that since 2000 that we recognize, they can put anybody they want into that. They always could, but it's somebody within their framework, you know what I mean, that they didn't groom for the job, one this guy, the other. So they've always been in charge of it. But they got it down pat now that they can put anybody they want into. So whoever is going to win this election is the one that they want to win. Now, we also said that it's going to be plenty of drama. They want you to vote. That's the whole thing. If y'all notice over the last period, they didn't have anything to drive you to voting. You've got to go vote. All right? And then they build up all the information about Biden is supposed to win and he's going to take them out this way. So that means the other people got to come out and vote too, to make sure that they man, old Don win. And then when they see them making their move, then the Democrats have to come out. And as they said, this election was the most voted in election that they've ever had. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted people to vote in the election so they will feel like they participated in democracy. That's the whole thing. That these people, and then when they tell their grandchildren, yes, it was a cliffhanger, it was a nail biter, but Biden won. If you notice how they stretch it out, they got it stretched out so that it ain't gonna be over just like that.
Yeah, I think, was it Nevada is not gonna be done till like, what, Sunday? Or someone gonna be.
Way up into there, they'll have an idea, pretty good. They have a pretty good idea, but they keep manipulating the stuff so that Arizona goes a little bit this way, but it's not. They call Arizona, and then they don't call it. They call it back like they did Florida in 2000. So they laid it out to keep everybody on the edge of their seat, just like a good drama should. Right? A good drama movie should have you on, you should be, man, what's going to happen next? Right? Yeah. You're interested in it. Yeah. What's the sense of arranging all of this drama if nobody's paying attention? Yeah. So everybody's paying attention, so they're stretching it out. You know what I mean? And also they're measuring the volatility of the people. So it's not all over yet until they figure out, well, the way everything is acting, we're going to have Trump win. And they thinking about that, and you're seeing how the people act. Then they say, well, we chose Biden to win, so we're going to have him win. We're going to keep everything stable and da-da-da-da-da, so we're going to have him win. So they're looking at it up to now. So you might think, how can these people just do these type of things? Control the environment. Well, you remember World Trade Center? Talk about World Trade Center 1 in '93. Then World Trade Center 2 in 2001. So the more, and the Pentagon and all of that, if you can say that a jet ran into the Pentagon and there's no big wheels all around, right? It's okay. If you can run that game on them, if you could tell them that 15 Saudis, right, they didn't say it that much then, they got on a plane and they did a martyrdom mission, and they was out partying and drinking and having lap dances the day before, then we know that was no Muslims did that. But white folks don't know. They think, shoot, if I was going to kill myself, I would go and have sex and get drunk and shoot some dope. I would do all of it. That's what they would do. But a Muslim wouldn't be cleansing themselves, purifying, working on their psychology, their spirituality, coming closer to Allah. That's what a Muslim would do. But they're not Muslim. They're not trying to sell me and you. They're selling everybody else. And they sold them on it. Now imagine if one building can fall, I don't know whether it was building 7 or what have you, in World Trade Center. Oh, right, yeah. Can fall without nothing hitting it, without nothing going on, right? And they go for it. That means that we can sell these people anything they want. So it increases them, it makes them stretch out. So now these things that they're doing now, they are doing it because, why? Because people is going for it. We can sell them anything we want to do. Yeah, we can sell them anything that we want to sell them. Why? Because they don't respond properly to anything. You see what I mean? Yeah. They don't respond properly to anything. Therefore, we can sell them on anything we want. So now, this election, the first election you could see Don, the way he won was unbelievable. But not only that, Don said I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue. Y'all remember that? Yeah. And with nothing happen. Who could guarantee him something like that? Only the Israelis. Only the Israelis could guarantee him if you shoot somebody, right, then I'm going to put you in the Sing Sing somewhere, right, in the United States. But the Israelis have enough power with the media and the power with everything that they can make everything all right. So anyway, that's exactly what is going on here in the United States. Now, the Muslims don't understand that. No. Even we told them then, we say, hey, so sorry. Since they don't know what's happening, they cannot understand, nor can they teach other people what's going on here in America. They shouldn't be in a leadership position because they should know their environment. And they should be able to instruct the people that they're leading and teach them and train them about how to move in these minefields called America, right? Right. How to avoid the traps here, how to do this. What is a delayed trap? What do traps look like? What do planted bombs look like? What are the signals, right? If you see a little thing sticking up, you know that's a landmine. So don't step on it, right? What are the landmines here in America? What are the traps? How do you navigate yourself here in America? They don't know that. But they're not going to tell nobody that. Why? Because they got big congregations, and it's like almost like the blind leading the blind. Yeah. And they blind and they don't want to see because they didn't come here to see. You got to remember, the only ones that want to transform America is me and you. They want America to be like it was when they got here. They can go to work. They can sell their merchandise. They can drive a cab 12, 14 hours a day. They can make their money. And that's it. Send money back home. That's what they want to do. Right? That's what they want to do. That's what they came here for. Right? Yeah. But we accepted Islam to influence America, to change ourselves, and we know if we can change ourselves, we can influence the direction of change in America. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about in passing was the janazah that we had the other day. We want to thank the brothers for participating and helping arrange that and everything. And Brother Ayub had mentioned that, hey, maybe it's a nice crowd, maybe we can make an announcement about, financial, the needs that we have, which are true. But the reason we didn't do it, I told Brother Ayub later, I said, I'm going out the door. Of course, people was leaving. I said, if you want to announce it, you can announce it. But I'm not going to announce it. Here's why. Some things are more valuable than a small amount of money. Example, when we had the janazah, at first one brother came up and he couldn't hardly talk. Then we said that I asked a lady, was the niece, did anybody else want to talk? She said no, but all each time everybody kept coming up and coming up. And if you notice, they was parroting, they didn't expect this. Whatever the brother was into, they didn't expect this, because the lady said, we didn't know that y'all was going to do this for the brother.
Right, I remember that comment.
Okay, here's what she meant. Whatever is going on with you Muslims, we didn't expect y'all to have a send-off like that for him. Maybe they knew what his level of Islam was, you know what I mean? Because everybody know when you practice in Islam and when you're not. But they were taken. Remember, for us, the biggest dawah is janazas and weddings for us, because other family members come. At this, 80–90% of the people, 80% at least, were non-Muslims. So they were observing the process. They see it's simple. They see whatever it was, it's taken care of, and they didn't have, from where they coming from, this is different than people that use funerals. They got to haggle about this and haggle about that, and is it enough money, is that burial insurance, who's going to get this, who's going to get that. That's what people are hassling about.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, yeah.
Yeah, but it's serious.
It's pretty normal, yeah.
So when the people came here, everybody was appreciative of the environment. The reason we didn't mention it, because we didn't want to spoil the environment and give that churchy look that all dear believers, the Lord is looking down on you, and you know, and then if you give a little here and give a little that. No, they were saying, y'all did this for the brother. That's the biggest dawah. When the lady said that, there was no way I was going to mention anything, because that point. The other points is, they kept mentioning, we set the tone, transition, transformation, and everything, and love. Now you think about them talking. Everything was about love, transformation, because they was kind of empty, and we had to fill them up to give them a feeling. So we had to give them the vocabulary.
Right.
Yeah, so all that they talked about was love. The brother, every time he said, I love you, whether he did or not, that's his business. But I'm saying is, that's what they began to remember. See, sometimes when the people, they may not know this is a strange environment for them, so we have to help them along. You know, and when they come along and they move right along, that means that we're having an influence. And in that, we had, that was the bigger population of non-Muslims, right, that we've had in a long time. So we was having influence, a big influence. That's more important. So you didn't finally make no announcement about Father's Day?
Well, I was listening, and
right.
Only reason I didn't was because everybody was leaving.
Right.
That's why I didn't, but you hit it on the head.
Right.
Because one of the things I talked about with the brother kind of paid for everything and arranged for everything. He was like, you know, the Christians, it's a money thing to them.
Right.
And he was like, and so he didn't get that impression from the Muslims,
Right.
because of his relationship with the brother.
Right.
And then just because I went to the Islamic Center with him,
Right.
you know, and so it was, you hit everything you said was so, you know, that's why I didn't. One, because everybody was leaving, but I thought about what he had said. If I had done it at that time,
Right.
it would have seemed like, oh man, they just trying to get some money.
Right. Well,
And
it would have, you're right, it would have spoiled the environment a
It
little
would
bit.
have.
That's why I was dead set on, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't got the nerve to say it. And I mentioned it when I was leaving, everybody was almost gone anyway, so. But that was the purpose, because that's our dawah. And also at janazas, many times, we've collected money, but it's to give to Abdul Mateen for, well, we don't have enough to, you ain't got enough, okay.
Right.
All right, everybody, let's get together on this, and we take what we have right there, and we give it to him. You see, everybody knows where we're coming from.
Right.
And everybody know it ain't no, whatever they do, because people be thinking that, well, we want to have a janazah, how much it costs, and how much does it cost?
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
What do you mean, how much it costs?
That's the common question.
Absolutely nothing. It just,
Yeah.
if there's a box over there, if you want to help, that's fine, but it would be, imagine going to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and say, we want you to pray over so-and-so. What's your fee? Or going to Umar, Abu Bakr, or Ali, radiallahu anhu, saying, we could, you know, you're right at the grave and they doing the takbirs and all the things, and then before that you ask them, what's your fee?
Right.
Because churches have a fee. The preacher officiating have an actual a fee. Okay, no, we don't charge nothing for janazas, for weddings. We don't charge nothing for nothing. But don't worry about it. Like right now, we have money needs right now. Like I say, look, boss man just sent me something in the mail. This is $1,200. And they sent